Welcome back to the Paul Drockton radio program and my website, Dead Man Musings, where you can find the Paul Drockton coin shop. Now, we've added something to the coin shop, and that's 10-ounce silver bars. And let me tell you something. This stuff is getting scarce. A lot of the major suppliers are out of various products, and it looks like who knows when they're going to get more. Okay, so let's get back to this analysis, political analysis that you won't hear anywhere else, of course, because I am not a $30 million man. And it's just that simple. I don't get paid by these guys. I don't work for them, and I don't like them. So bottom line is I can talk about whatever I want. Now, here's the thing. Mitt Romney, through Glenn Beck, is basically laying the groundwork for a Romney Congress and also a Romney presidency and also Romney governorships. But I'm going to tell you something here. I think this is all being used to sucker in my fellow Mormons into believing that they're going to be granted political power over this country. Now, that's how stupid some people in my church are. They honestly believe that Mormonism is going to govern over the land, and they cannot separate the Mormon Illuminati, which I have done so much to expose, from their church. And yes, there are people in authority that are giving money to Mitt Romney, a lot of them, within the church. And yes, BYU is being used to promote what I call Romney-ganda. Yes, it is. Go back and look at what happened after 9/11. Any attempts to expose this thing from within the LDS community were shut down just like that. Stephen Jones was fired, my friends, because he, through simple science, was able to prove that 911 was brought about through some kind of a controlled munition that brought these towers down. And look what happened. Why would Dick Cheney receive an honorary Ph.D. from the church school? If that doesn't give him legitimacy within the organization, I don't know what does. And why is it that no one has come out against the war, against the brutal war that is all about Afghanistan poppies and the heroin trade, and all about setting up oil profits for companies that are not, and I repeat, not benefiting the United States at all? Where's the outrage? You know, go through the Bible and read about the individuals in the Bible that criticize the government. Many, many prophets in the Old Testament gave their life challenging the political leaders of their day. So I believe the Mormon church, or should I say many within the church, I won't say the church itself, are being misled by the Romney-ganda. And as a result, there is no political dissent. There is no one standing up and saying, this is wrong, because there are plenty of individuals that are seeking to benefit if this guy gets elected. And they're dumping their money into him because they're looking at the patronage that's going to come their way and the nice political appointments that have been promised. That's how politics works, my friends. No one just goes out and says, I'm going to work my butt off full time for this guy. There's got to be some quid pro quo. That's just how it works. And the way it works is that, when you're running for president, you make all kinds of different agreements. And here's the nice thing for Romney, is because of Clear Channel, he has got it easy. Because of people like Glenn Beck, because of people like Rush Limbaugh, because of people like Sean Hannity, because of all these other individuals that work for Clear Channel, he's got propaganda going his way every single day. Don't think it was an accident that Bain Capital took over Clear Channel, was it? Now, here's where it gets interesting, my friends. This is where it gets interesting. Right now, we're starting to see, as I said, some evidence of some pretty weird things going on in Nevada. And this article just came out. It says Nevada voting machines automatically checking Harry Reid's name. And then it's saying that the voting machine technicians work for a union that donated a ton of money to the Democratic Party. Let me just read this to you. This is Clark County, right? And Clark County is where 3/4 of Nevada's residents work and live, and where Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid's son, Rory, is the county commissioner. Now, for those of you that don't know how county government works, usually the county is the one that counts the votes, just so you know that. There's a county elections commission, and they're the ones that certify the voting machines. They're the ones that put the poll workers, that certify poll workers, that count the votes, the whole thing. Rory is also a Democratic candidate for governor. Since early voting started, there have been credible reports that voting machines in Clark County, Nevada, are automatically checking Harry Reid's name on the ballot. Voter Joyce Ferrara said when they went to vote for Republican Sharon Angle, her Democratic opponent, Senator Harry Reid's name was already checked. Ferrara also said she wasn't alone in her voting experience. She said her husband and several others that were voting at the same time all had the same thing happen. Something's not right, Ferrara said. One person, that's a fluke. Two, that's strange, but several within a 5-minute period, that's wrong. Now, Clark County Register of Voters, Larry Lomax, said there is no voter fraud, although the issues do come up because the touchscreens are sensitive. For that reason, a person may not want to have their fingers linger too long on the screen after they make a selection at any time. And that includes your middle finger, for those of you that are voting for Harry Reid. Okay. Now, there's absolutely no independently verified evidence of chicanery with the voting machines, yet it is worth noting that the voting machine technicians, those people that actually certify the machines, that work on the machines, that program the machines, that fix the machines in Clark County, are members of the Service Employees International Union. The SEIU spent $63 million in elections in 2008 and is planning on spending $44 million more this election cycle. Nearly all of that on Democrats. White House political director Patrick Gaspard is formerly the SEIU's top lobbyist, and former SEIU President Andy Stern was the most frequent visitor to the White House last year. Very interesting. Just in Nevada, the SEIU has given a lot to groups that are heavily vested in the state. And just one prominent example, the SEIU gave $500,000 to the Patriot Majority PAC, which has spent $1.3 million against Reid's opponent, Sharon Angle. And they have dropped large sums of money on other candidates, like Joe Heck. They spent $140,000 opposing him. He's a Republican. Dina Titus, $344,000. And Sharon Angle, $225,000. We'll be right back.
When it comes to silver and gold investing, you have to go with somebody you trust, somebody who understands financial planning, economics, and history. In the late 1990s, Paul Drockton predicted that gold and silver would be the #1 growth investment opportunity of the future, and he was right on the mark. Paul began helping his clients and friends make the conversion, and instead of losing money, they have all realized returns as high as 300%. Paul Drockton is now forecasting massive returns on gold and silver bullion in the coming months. Paul's foresight and vision were 20/20, and his track record is perfect. You can email him at pdrockton@aol.com. That's Drockton, D-R-O-C-K-T-O-N, and let Paul help you. There is still time, so email Paul for a completely free, no-strings consultation at pdrockton@aol.com.